Leo gazeti ya Star iko na hiyo story ya Ojwang in depth. What happened? So wakati Ojwang alikamatwa na kutolewa Homa Bay kuletwa Nairobi, alibukiwa akiwa in a good condition. But wakati alibukiwa akawekwa kwa station at around 9:35 PM usiku, kuna watu alimkujia. Kunasemekana it is a senior policeman na driver wake. So ni policeman mgani huyo akona driver wake. So walimkujia na wakaenda wakampeleka Karura Forest wakiwa na mapolisi wengine. So inasemekana that kulingana na The Star walimtocha kutoka 9:35 mpaka 1 AM. So the guy was tortured to a coma. Walimtocha mpaka akaenda kwa coma. Then after that ndivyo walistuka walipoona ni kama anaaga. So wakamchukua wakamleta police station tena. Lakini area OCS na watu wale walikuwa kwa hiyo police station wakaona huyu ako unconcerned, hawezi mbook, wakakataa. Lakini the same senior police officer akapeana orders from above kuwa abukiwe na awekwe. Na wale petty offenders wote walikuwa kwa hiyo cell wakaachiliwa, wakaambiwa waende nyumbani, ndivyo wa create space Ojwang awekwe huko ndani. It is very unfortunate. It is very unfortunate that hata kulingana na hiyo story ya Star ni kuwa hata main suspect alikuwa hapo wakati huyo jamaa alikuwa anateshwa. Na our call continue that he must resign. Failure to do that, we are going to force him to resign. Mwambie we had other powerful. Mwambie we had even Chief Justice, Deputy Chief Justice Deborah. We forced him to resign. Hata wewe tutakuforce. Resign and be prosecuted before a court of law because that is evil.
Ladies and gentlemen, the new revelations we are getting right now, it is that Albert Ojwang indeed, he was tortured to death. Or maybe was tortured almost to death. And then, let me take you back slightly. So Albert Ojwang was transported from Homa Bay at 3. Arrival in Nairobi, it was about 9. He was booked in to Central Police Station. After being booked in, while he was being booked in, he was in a sober and a normal condition. Ladies and gentlemen, Albert Ojwang, according to the Star Nation, Star newspaper, Albert Ojwang was later taken out of police custody at around still the same 9, taken to Karura Forest, got tortured, and then when he was being presented to Central Police Station again, the police officers there who was in charge said no, take him to hospital. And most likely, Talam himself, the OCS. So as we speak today, the fact remains that it's clear probably this gentleman was also tortured to death. Where was he tortured? At Karura Forest. This is alleged. It's all in the newspaper. But now there's something that touched me there. The details that are there is that a senior police officer was present. They took him to Karura Forest. This senior police officer was with his driver and some other police officers. Which police officers we speak today has a driver and is in Nairobi. There's a list that I can read here. Number 1, it is Kanje himself. 2, it is Masingeli. 3, it is Elu Lagat. 4, it is Sigei, the police commander Nairobi. These are the senior police officers who could have been taken, who could have been present because they have drivers. OCSs can also be there, even Talam himself and many other OCSs. But someone who has the powers from one police station to another, it is not an OCS. It is Police Commander of Nairobi. Let's talk about and the other Inspector General of Police officers. So those are the people who could have been present. Now, amongst these people who could have been present during this torture, assuming the newspaper information is true. Now, when we do elimination method, we can all see where it is heading to. But the fact remains as this. According to the police officer, according to the newspaper report, it is that a police officer, senior one, was present where this gentleman was being tortured. I don't know what honestly to say about this. But there are questions that can be developed from this kind of an incident. Number one, this offense that Albert Ojang committed that resulted to torture, what could be this? Could it just be some tweet alone? Because if we made a tweet, we are hearing the other people who also had tweeted. Why haven't they been killed, arrested and killed then? So that we can know they committed a huge offense. So that we can be able to tell now, these people did a serious offense. But it was specific to this gentleman, Albert. What is this that Albert did? According to me, it could not be the tweet. If it's the tweet and it was so heavy, by now it could be present in social media. People could have seen it. But his account was deleted. Meaning the tweet could not be the problem. There is something else being done. Ladies and gentlemen. Now, another thing I want to say is this. How rogue is the police force as we speak today? That such things can be done in police custody without fear. Let's assume Albert Ojang was alive today and is in police custody, or maybe is, as we speak today, in some place, hospital, being taken care of. Assuming he was not dead, what could be the story right now? That he tried to fight a police officer? Or what? Or maybe fell down. What could be the story right now? Does it mean even torturing itself, it's normal in our police force? The police officers we have in the country, most of them are professional. I don't know whether the ones that went to Haiti were the only ones who are professional, but I feel the professionalism in our police force is high-tech. Probably they could have sat down and think this is not right. But because of the orders from above, these people had no option, either to keep their job and sustain their families, or abide by the rules or by the orders that are given from above. That is a clear indication that there's some operations within the police force. There's some powers they are enjoying, which are specific to some people, and other police officers fear for their lives in case they go against the orders from these people. That is why we are getting the DCI officer literally saying the person who is the main suspect is Dossier Stalam. This same police force, it's the one that released, actually, it's the one that was present when the Kware murder suspect escaped police custody. And he disappeared completely, that they could not trace him. Yet, as a country, we know very well, as we speak today, that people were killed in Kware. But the main suspect escaped from a police custody where he was entirely alone, chained in the cell. So that is the situation that we have right now. The country in a state where we cannot trust the police officers, more especially the senior ones. These junior ones, some of them could want to do things the best way possible, the most professional way. But now, because of the behavior of the senior ones, our police officers are all tainted to be very negative, very wrong, and probably unprofessional. That is very wrong. Now, the protests are going on in Nairobi, but still Elul Lagat is in office. Why is he quiet and in office? This is another order from above. There is someone laying a hand of power on Elul Lagat, that he doesn't feel the need to even resign. In this particular video, Elul Lagat must resign, and after resignation must be arraigned in court, because if it is true that he was involved, honestly should pay for this. Secondly, if the government does not do it, let us see Hague come in. This is justice against human rights. Thirdly, as we speak today, Eliud Lagat should be able to release the full information about Rigathi Gachagwa's allegations on a killer squad available. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to stand with the same family because any other family can be affected as we speak today as a country. We must stand with the Ojang's family. This is uncalled for. I don't know what's your take. Let me see in the comment section what you think.